Hello my loyal companions, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be another breakdown from the CMG 8K finals of Era versus T1. Again, this was the winners bracket finals. The next few breakdown videos are going to be on the grand finals between Era Eternity and Aim Assist Kings. This game was on HIGHCASTLE, which I think is going to be really important for you to see these high level comp players play on, because they might play it differently to how you'll see in solo queue, and there's some great strategies for both attack and defense about how to make this map a little more bearable. I know a lot of people say this is a very defender heavy map, and in solo queue that's very true, but I think in the comp scene, attack works really well for these guys as well. If you do go on to enjoy the video though guys, or just want to see daily educational road company content, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. But for now, let's get into it. Okay guys, we're loading up into T1 versus Era again. This is actually their map 3 on HIGHCASTLE. It's 1-1 in maps at this point in the game. So both teams going in fairly even. A clutch round on Skyfall the round before. So both teams coming in even onto HIGHCASTLE, which I wanted to highlight because it is again one of the maps that people do struggle on the most. We're starting defense here for Era with the anvil for the retake potential. We've moved away from the classic trench, which we've seen here so many times before in previous metas. And now anvil is the more solid choice, although he doesn't actually play on B. What we're seeing a lot now is allowing them to take B. As long as you can defend A, you're fine, because you can then play for the B retake with the shield. Depending on how they set up, a lot of people plan for the spawn. They run all the way back to their spawn, and anvil is great in that situation. Vi's coming out for both teams, Dahlia's coming out for both teams, and Fix is coming out for both teams as well. So we're going to see the strategies that they employ here. I'm going to see anvil sitting mid at the current stages, just trying to gather information. You guys know these early rounds are all about information gathering. Okay, they've called them out on B. Of course, we're spectating from Exo's perspective. Again, they've seen them cross. You can see the angles he's holding means that he can see them quite well. Again, he's not challenging this because he doesn't mind them getting to site. Bomb has been planted on site. And now it comes down to Vi Poison coming down. Slop is on the flank. You can see him all the way around back there. And the bomb is up on that bathrooms. Unfortunately, it is Poles are going down to Nash. That's got to be careful of that. The molly is down. He's taken really, really low. And they do see one on the flank. That C4 is going to hurt. It does take down MS, but the Exo does take out 2, but he is getting pinched from this position. Frag out went for the flank as well, it seems, as they would take out most members. 1v4 now is going to be rough, and they're probably going to go down. So, that didn't work because of the flank. Obviously, Poles got picked off early. This is where, for that retake, you need the smokes from Slop with him being able to see through it. You're going to need the smokes from Polzer. You're going to need the APSs down and the shield to get on there, and Vipoison to flush them out as well. It's all about that utility retake. You do have to use pretty much all your utility in that moment. We'll see what... Cool. So what Exo bought there, you see he did have 9,500. He did not buy his primary weapon. He bought an APS and the first upgrade for the APS, so he gets 2 of them. Exo does this a lot. He plays around the utility on anvil more than the weapons. So as I've said before, the weapons get outgunned by pretty much other weapons anyway. They're not bad, but they do tend to get outgunned by the current metal weapons. So there's not really a big point in using them. So he is opting for more utility-based things here at the start.
I don't see anything yet.
Yeah, the retake is all about utility, and it's what you'll see a lot on defense now is that retake. That utility not being wasted by the side of Era Eternity to just allow him to get the plant. The plant has gone down, and he is just making sure that Fragout is not flanking here as they move through. So now we should see slightly better execution, I think, of this retake, as long as they don't get flanked, which is the kind of awkward bit, is because unless they see Fragout, they can't really go anywhere. I see Frag in mid, they hear him, so they are just being cautious of this now. Smoke has come down, so this is the kind of thing they needed, but they are going to have Vi Poisoned off, Incensed off. Again, a lot of utility come back, and a C4 from Frag out in mid is able to find 2 of them. No APS is going down to be able to stop that, or the Vi Poisons. C4 does come down, finds nothing, and then there you go, you've got now Nash, or sorry, Nex on the flank there to take them out as well. So you can see they're kind of getting out utilitied here, which is kind of the rough thing. Playing retake on HIGHCASTLE is always difficult, but you can do it. You just got to be careful. Hopefully, Polzer can find one. He does not. Frag out gets a little snipe off before he is able to get one. So yeah, again, rough for Era Eternity here. They're allowing them to have the site, but they're not able to anti-util them off. They're getting out-utiled by allowing Frag out to go to mid. you are allowing him to get that C4 off really close, and that is going to be the biggest thing to disrupt you as you go. So having an APS there is really important, and hopefully we'll see that. He is now opting for the primary weapon. Oh no, he's not. He's going for tenacity. Cool. I was going to say, I don't think he'd go for the primary weapon this early when tenacity is so important. That is good.
I can't get there in time.
Again, they just need to be careful here. They just need to be careful with those APSs not allowing the Vi retake. The Vi to stop them retake and the C4 to stop them retaking as well. Looking for information here. Paul's going for a nade, is not able to find anybody with it.
This might be A. I think they're baiting.
X have been very careful that they could be rotating. A is not a site that you want to be giving to your enemies unless you pick them off on the way. Just playing for information here. They've flanked twice now. Likely they'll flank again because it is working for them. In the chaos of Anvil trying to get things down, they do get a pick onto MS there. C4 again. Bomb is not down, so they do not have to play for the retake yet. They just need to play for information. At this point, obviously, a lot of util. Oh, and that is Nex nading himself. Unfortunate Nex. He hears people in mid. Now, if they go mid and they try and go through them with the C4 and the Vi poisons, they can really hold this off well. And it is 40 seconds left on the clock. So this is kind of the way they want to defend. They see them there. Asking for the peak, but they're not able to find anything C4 in hand. And they do get flanked somehow as everybody rushing through B into mid. A little bit of rubber banding down the server, but it is traded 2 for 2. And they are now just going to try and pincer them.
They're really low, all of them, really low.
Oh, that was unfortunate there. Nice little no-scope for Slop. And now it is a 2v1, so they should win this because they have bomb control as well. Poles are able to find out frag out in the last few moments there. But that was a good rush by T1 actually to go through Kitchen to barrel them down in mid. However, there were members of Era Eternity there just to stop them as they came through.
I literally body shred both.
That was actually very, very clean by Era to trade those kills well. Again, you got to play off the audio there. I think Poles did make the call, but at the time he actually sees them in the call, it is rough. Now have a primary weapon on Exo, so they can move through. He's got his base kit now, which I think is definitely the way you play for this Amber retake, because he's not really shooting anyway when he's retaking, so having the utility is more important, especially like tenacity and those APSs. So like you're going to play for B again. They're not stacking somebody hard on A anymore. They just don't think they're going this way. Obviously, you have Exo just peeking it here, but no one's sitting like really, really hard A. They're happy to play for B because they have been playing for B the majority of the times. Hopefully we'll see a good retake come up. But retakes were hard for Era Eternity in here because there was some really, really good positioning by T1 throughout this game. They're waiting, playing for information. Again, happy to give them the site most of the time. Obviously, you want to try and trade something as they come, but it's a very easy site take for something like a Vi.
Next is half on boxes.
Say find more information as they're just watching around here. And now it was a sort of like further into the rounds. We have weapons, we have util. We're getting a bit spicier here as Slop and MS find 2 for T1. Smoke comes down, they're able to read down, is traded here and there. Bomb is down, so this is the moment. Double APS down, shield is down. As long as he can duck in under this, he's just trying to get the defuse right here. Can't quite find it, but hey, they do pick off the other members. What he's trying to do is he's trying to jump and defuse, like grab the defuse on the way down, but he can't quite get it. Give him the defuse to Slop for a little bit of extra cash. Again, that's something these high level teams are able to do, is they just juggle the defuse or sometimes some kills and things like that, where it's easier for them to get the money on particular people they want to funnel money into. But yeah, you saw the shield go down there. They were pretty safe going for the defuse, and it was pretty clean retake there, especially with those APSs. The APSs stopped an incendiary grenade there, and the other member was able to sit on site and just beam anyone who tried to stop them. Because at that point, unless you shred around the shield down, you have to push up onto the site, and the moment you push up onto the site, you're going to die, because it's so hard to retake the retake. So good shield placement, obviously pushing it far enough forward that the incendiary grenade doesn't burn him as he goes for the bomb. Again, just deciding to stick more people on to B now, as they know this is the thing. You can see Exo put down this trophy system here. He's able to pick it back up if he wants to rotate through, and that's something that I see a lot of solo players not doing, is you can always use your APSs because you can always just reclaim them if you want.
Are they B cut?
I'm one, I can't.
Now just waiting, okay, playing for information here. You can see the patience of them. Anvil is the one you want to survive, so him playing off of site and not getting naded or picked is really important. So it makes sense why he's doing this. Again, you need to understand your role within the team. If you're a Saint, you got to survive. If you're an Anvil for the retake, you got to survive. If you're Scorched for the retake, you got to survive. If you're Dahlia, you should honestly be focused on surviving as well. And that also means getting things like Headstrong and Tenacity are really important. Also, you can see both of those now coming out for EXO here.
One mid.
Sees the one mid, good information gathering. Again, that information is really important as well. You don't just have to be a Talon or Dallas to be intel. There's more. Trophy does take something. C4 finds nothing, as they seem to be trying to flood towards A site through mid, putting down other trophy systems just to block them. Repairing the armor, again, very quick on that. Something a lot of solo players do not do. And here they are, just waiting to see what T1 want to do with 25 seconds left on the clock.
20 seconds.
They're just playing for time now. They hear them coming through mid. As they run through mid here, because of this rat position he's in, he is able to find one, is able to find two with a bomb. As long as they don't thirst the guy with the bomb, as they do shield up, now we have to pay for this. Just last one, just playing their lives here. Nothing, no reason to do anything too fancy. Is taking a lot of poison damage. They do find him, but they do trade it back, and that will be the round win. Again, that little rat position you saw EXO in is actually really, really good to find picks there. And yeah, especially with a trophy system or something, that is a good position for Anvil, because as they try and cross to that, if they don't have Vibe Poison or Smoke or Incendiary Grenades, they are going to really suffer.
Let's fucking go, baby!
And that is why having something like an Anvil there is actually really good, because he's off-site so he doesn't die on B, and he can play for the retake, but he's also really good in that position, especially with something like an LMG, where you can just spray bullets down those fire lines to stop them as they push through.
Dude, it's so hard for me to hold that Pulsa, because I keep, like, I'm worried about my mid. So
again, I said he's really worried to hold these areas.
Like, because he just ran in mid by himself, like, for free. Like,
holding mid is actually really difficult against these high-level teams. It's very easy to flush somebody out, flash grenade them, incense them, grenade them, whatever it be. You can C4 them. You can find those really easily. Because he has to watch A and mid. It is a really difficult job for him. If he does get flooded really hard, he is in trouble. So he sees them mid. They know they're playing for A. They've seen Fixer down there. EXO just trying to play for a position where he's going to try and at least take some with him. If he trades, you know, doesn't get anything back or for his death, that's not great. But with the C4 and with the LMG, he should be able to kill one. They're just playing together. You see one going through smoke. He knows Frag is a great shot. He doesn't want to play for him. Doesn't want to play that peak because Frag would kill him potentially. His C4 did blow up, but he's not quite sure where it went. It did look weird. They see them there. See what EXO does as he gets hard push. He does move through here. Is not able to get the shield down, unfortunately. But they do trade for the kill in that area. They are able to find another one. One is down at the bottom of the stairs. Need to play for that person. There should be one more on site, I believe, from the positions we saw them in before. So they just need to kill him, and then it's down to just a simple 3 versus 1 retake. Oh, a little bit of rubber banding and lag coming up there. Some good shots there as he drops down, and they are just going to play for this kill. They do get the kill. Now it's all about playing for the kill. Grenade coming down. They just need to play this. Incense come down as well. That should be the free pick as Slop defuses. And that's going to be the defuse. You can only retake A like this if you get the picks for it. You couldn't, you can't, if there's more members of them alive and they're down the bottom there, it's so hard to push through them. They did make the call to go 2 down the stairs and 1 person's down on site, which is generally the better way. You don't want to be going across that zip if you're trying to push the people down the bottom unless you've really, really chunked them beforehand like they did there.
Holy fuck, it's so hard for me to play there.
Okay, now we're looking for the trench for the attack. And this is something I really think you guys are going to like to see. The way that they use trench here, and the same reason that T1 used trench, is actually really, really good for the attack. And maybe this will give you some good tips for attacking on this game. It's the exact mirror matchup comp wise now. So this is clearly the meta on High Castle. A lot of ways to flood people off of the B site so you can take it, and then it's all about how you play once you've planted it.
No, I agree.
What am I buying?
Okay, looking to buy...
I'm buying trophy then.
Buying trophies, and you'll see why, and you'll see where he places these trophies on the B play. It's actually really, really good. Okay, no, they're playing for mid. Oh wow, the rubber banner. Yeah, the subs are having a lot of issues in these times. Again, it is being worked on. giving Trench the bomb as they move through here.
No. Run up there, like don't come in, don't come in.
Okay, ignoring mid. Vi poison is wasted. Now they can just rotate straight through. So they're just wait for the util. They're baiting out the util. They love to sneak walk through here as they move through. Slop has already watched, so he's been able to give information to them. They push straight through. They see one Dahlia there. They just full send her and play for the Dahlia. They knew where next sits, and they're going to plant for the bomb. The reason he's planting up here, I actually don't like is so you can actually technically see them if they try and stand up there and defuse. I prefer the closer one because it means you can still incense Anvil. He is mollied. He's going to go down here. Isn't able to get those trophies off to stop that, and it is a 1-for-1 trade. Bomb is down, but they still have an Anvil. Let's see if they fall for the Anvil retake. Vi still here on MS with full utility. They are. Oh, that's one APS gone. Oh, the incense wasted. Not for the defuse, as they are able to find frag out in mid, and it is looking kind of rough for MS here. He just needs to try and play for the bomb, but they probably will try and defuse it, and they're not, and now they will. Okay, Pulsar's just saying it right there. Why are they pushing back when they have the site? And I actually completely agree. Versus Anvil, there's no point giving up the site because there's no line of sight you have on that bomb that's going to stop him, especially not without a sniper. So you definitely just want to be playing for the site. You had the site, you planted the bomb on the site, you can then flood out. Watch mid, watch behind you, watch kitchen, and watch the back, and you're looking really solid there.
I tried to stay up close, but I got mollied. That's what happened there for me.
Obviously, Exeter just said that he tried to step close but got incendiaried, and that is the risk, but he did have APSs that he could have put down to try and prevent that, I think.
It's a mistake, right? We learned from it.
So yeah, they did most of the things right there until the final execution, I think, but they're looking good. They're looking good going into this. You saw getting the bomb down is the hardest part of an attack usually, so that you can see how they adopted that. And I like what they're probably about to do now from watching them so many times. The way they use the trophies right here is going to be really important as they move up here. And trophy. What this stops is Vi poisons coming down to stop them. Stops grenades coming down to stop them as they push onto the site. You see they're giving up the site. MS can poison if he wants to block people out of here, but they can just push up pretty easily. Grenades coming down, good util to waste. They're watching for the rat spot as the barbed wire comes down as well. And they're planting for the same spot, but they're playing for the site now. This is going to be the difference. Just covering all the angles needed. They see Vi there at the back. And they're playing for site. You see how much further up they are rather than playing back. This is so that they can stop Anvil getting towards them. They see Vi right there. She doesn't know that he's right here because they don't normally see people playing for the site. As Exo finds one, smoke comes down. Are they able to pick off the Anvil as well? We will see. The C4 finishes one. They got to be careful here as he's pushing around this corner. Incense comes down. Half health here for Exo. Got to be careful. They are peeling kind of off the site now, which is a bit of a risk as Slop does fall to frag out Sniper. And they do find a nice pick there. They need to play aggressive here. They cannot let the Anvil get the shield down. And great shots there coming out from Exo to finish those final two people. Again, this is what you want to see. They're playing for the site. You cannot let the Anvil get there. APS is bought, gas grenades bought, and a few upgrades bought as well. Again, that is the way you play against these Anvils, is you play for the site. And the way they use the trophies there was really important, I think, for you to see as well. The way he puts the trophies there to stop any util coming down is really good. In your solo queue games, it's a lot more, because what you'll see is they don't actually understand that this is what you're doing, and they'll waste a lot of the util trying to get you off. Oh, a little bit of rubber banding coming back in for this game.
I'll try to play close side then.
So both trophies coming down again just stops things like that grenade, for example. Here's 3 trophies. That's another grenade. This is all the things that will stop them as the barbed wire comes down. Gas grenade comes down to stop them as well. They need to move through together. You see Gronky not able to find anything. Good use of the shoulder swap to try and find different angles. And they're planning for the back here. Again, are they going to run back and give Anvil the site, or are they going to keep the site? It does go down. Dahlia Res should come down. No lifeline yet, though. 2 Vi poisons down. Incense down. Probably will be Exo falling here as he tries to run. But he is still kind of alive. Frag out on the flank. Got to be careful of that. Another Res trying to come down, but they're not able to finish, it doesn't seem. And they're just going to let Exo die here as they play for the bomb one more time. Good flank by MS here on the side. Is he able to find anything? He is, but they do get the defuse off anyway. Again, They dropped off the site. They were pushed off the site, however you want to say it, and they were picked off and the bomb was defused because of it. Because again, they have that anvil.
But then they turned out it was behind, so I was watching middle. I don't know.
Okay, you see what they can do instead. Again, they did get flanked, and that was a bit of a reason why they went down there. Fragout did get a pick off with his sniper, and that does put them at a numbers disadvantage at that point. Again, 5-4, they're still in favor of Era Eternity as they try and win more attacking rounds coming into this.
Dahlia plays like far back now. Like,
Again, you'll notice on T1's attack as well, they didn't stay on the site at any point, and that is why I think Era were able to go up 4-2 against them. Playing the site, I think, is a lot better, especially when you're against Anvil. When you're not against Anvil, then peel back. That's absolutely fine. I think it really, really works. But when there is an Anvil, it's a lot easier for them to hold it. They're now being pushed. They're playing aggressive onto these guys. Polza does find a pick onto the Anvil, which is huge as lag comes in and stops anything happening, but he goes back. Getting the pick on the Anvil is amazingly huge. Barbed wire does come down. Exo is low as they do find another one onto Gronky. Poles are doing some great plays here as they come through, and they do win the round from all of that, which is really good. Again, the moment you've picked that Anvil, really, really important as well. That stops the retake potential coming through there. Great flank through mid by Polza to go through there. He picked off the Anvil. Then he was able to pick off some more as they come round. So yeah, again, stacking. I kind of like the 3-1 stack. Putting somebody in mid because it just gives you a slightly different angle, and barreling 4 through to B can be a bit risky. So yeah, I like the idea of putting at least one mid just to watch, because flanking through mid is really common for these teams as well on the defense to try and get another angle. So if you have somebody ratting there around to do it is amazing. And actually, Aim vs Kings did this amazingly well with Talon, and Talon dart pressure was incredible. A lot of rubber banding coming out in this last round. APS coming down, one grenade taken out because of it, another APS coming down just to defend these guys. Barb coming down, gas grenade coming down again. Now they can get the site. They just kind of want to be playing for the site here, I think.
I'm just holding the back.
There you go. So they have fooled out. X is still wanting to stay on site, but it is risky with him alone. Stop sees frag out potentially behind. They do need to be careful here, and he needs to be able to get that kill off. Gas grenades coming out in all angles. He does get shot up a little bit, but he is safe. They're going to have to fall back to mid, and they're sending poles around through the mid and kitchen to try and get a flank and some picks off. Again, really, really good here because you cover more angles that way as long as that person can survive. They do take shots off on people. Incense does go down, but this is still the moment for the shield, but they are finding them all as they come through. They all are really low. X are taking out the rest. 4v1, 4v0. As Era Eternity do win this High Castle game and take the map count of this to actually 2-1. As a quick summary, you can see from the way they were playing, the attack specifically, because I know that's what you guys are mostly want to focus on. They played for the picks, and they actually started playing for sight, which is something T1 didn't do, and actually why I think they came out as a disadvantage on their own attack. I do not think that... I actually really don't think that High Castle is a defender-heavy map in the high-level comp play, or it could be in your games. As long as you use your utility correctly to flush them out of sight. You need things like a Vi, you need things like Dahlia, you need things like Trench on the attack, and even some smoke grenades, some things such as Fixer, to push them off the site, and then take it for yourself and play either on the site, if they have an anvil and retake potential, or play off the site with a sniper, if they don't have that kind of pressure to retake against you. It's all about reading the situation, and High Castle actually breaching the sites nowadays isn't hard apart from A. You know, A is actually really hard unless you go from mid to A. That would be the strategic guide I have for that. Either you do, I guess there's a few different things. You either barrel down B, you do a 3B, 1 mid, you do 4 through mid, trying to go to A, or you can do a 2-2, 2 through mid, 2 through the stairs, up on A, and try and take it that way. That works as well. But you do need to be really careful about how you're doing it. You do need to be playing around the utility, and you do need to make sure you get the site and are planting and staying on the site or leaving the site accordingly, depending on what makes most sense for the situation. I think that's what a lot of people who struggle on High Castle aren't doing, is they're not thinking about what the next steps. When I get onto site and get the bomb down, what's going to happen? And that's really important for you guys to figure out and think about, especially on a map like High Castle, where it's all about angles and pressure and utility usage. Okay then guys, that takes us to the end of the video. If you did enjoy, Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. You can also come follow me on twitch.tv/RadTharGaming, see live gameplay commentaries, guides, Q&As, and playing with viewers. Remember guys, you can use my code RADTHARGAMING at checkout on any Epic Games Store purchase, whether it be Rogue Company Robux or from any other game, to help support this channel for no extra cost to yourself. All the links you're going to need are down in the description below, but for now guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. And remember, be loyal, be brave, be relentless, and I'll catch you in the next